Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about something very important for all of us, especially as we get older. We are going to talk about sleep. And more specifically, we are going to talk about how sleep is connected to your memory. You might think that sleep is just a time when your body rests, but it is so much more than that for your brain. For older adults, understanding this link between sleep and memory is very important. It can help you keep your mind sharp. It can help you remember names, it can help you remember where you put your keys, and it can help you recall those wonderful family stories. So let us dive into how sleep helps your brain and your memory. First, let us understand a little bit about what happens when you sleep. Sleep is not just one long, continuous state. Your sleep is actually made up of different stages. Think of it like different levels in a building. You go through these stages several times each night. The main stages are light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. Let us talk about each one briefly. Light sleep is the first stage. This is when you are just drifting off. It is easy to wake up from light sleep. Your body is starting to slow down. Then comes deep sleep. This is often called slow wave sleep. This stage is very important for your body to repair itself. It is also super important for your brain. During deep sleep, your brain is doing a lot of important work for your memory. It is like your brain is cleaning up and organizing. It takes all the new information you learned during the day, and it moves it from a temporary storage place to a more permanent one. Think of it like taking notes from your day, and then filing them away in a neat cabinet so you can find them later. This is how new memories become strong memories. If you do not get enough deep sleep, those new memories might not stick around. They might get lost. Finally, there is REM sleep. This is the stage where most of your dreams happen. Your eyes move quickly back and forth under your eyelids. During REM sleep, your brain is also very active. It is doing different kinds of memory work. REM sleep is very important for learning new skills. It helps with problem solving, and it helps with processing emotions. It is also thought to help connect new information with old information. This helps you understand things better. Think of REM sleep as the time when your brain makes sense of everything. It is like reviewing your notes and making connections between different topics. So to sum it up simply, during deep sleep, your brain is like a very good librarian. It takes all the new books, which are your new memories from the day. It carefully labels them, and it puts them on the right shelves. This makes sure you can find them easily later. And during REM sleep, that librarian is connecting those new books to the old books. They are making sure everything is organized and makes sense in the whole library. If your librarian does not have enough time, or if they are constantly interrupted, those books will not get filed. They might just be left in a pile. And then, it is very hard to find them when you need them. That is why getting enough of all these sleep stages is so important for your memory. Now that we know how sleep helps our brains, let us talk about what happens to sleep as we get older. It is very common for sleep patterns to change with age. You might have noticed this yourself. As we age, our sleep tends to become less deep. We spend less time in that very important deep sleep stage that we just talked about, and we also tend to spend less time in REM sleep. This means our brain has less time for that crucial memory organizing and filing work. It is like our good librarian suddenly has less time on the job, or the library closing hours become shorter. You might also find that you wake up more often during the night. You might wake up to use the bathroom, or you might just wake up for no clear reason. And then it can be harder to fall back asleep. This leads to more fragmented sleep. It means your sleep is broken up into many smaller pieces, instead of one long, restful stretch. Think of it like trying to read a book, but someone keeps interrupting you every few pages. It is harder to follow the story and remember what you read. So why do these changes happen? Well, there are a few reasons. As we get older, there are natural changes in our brain chemistry. Our body clock, which tells us when to be awake and when to be asleep, can also change. This can make us feel tired earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning. Sometimes medical conditions can affect sleep. For example, conditions like sleep apnea, which causes pauses in breathing during sleep, or restless leg syndrome, which causes uncomfortable sensations in the legs. These can disrupt sleep. Medications can also sometimes affect sleep. For example, some cold medicines or medicines for blood pressure can make it harder to sleep. Lifestyle factors play a role too. Things like not being as physically active as you used to be, or spending more time indoors away from natural light. All these things can impact the quality of your sleep. Because of these changes, older adults often get less restorative sleep. This means less of the deep, healing sleep that our brains and bodies need. And when your brain does not get enough of this quality sleep, it can directly impact your memory. It is like that librarian is getting less and less time to organize those books. Eventually, the piles of unfiled books get bigger and bigger, making it harder to find what you are looking for. This is why understanding these age-related sleep changes is the first step. It helps us to understand why sleep is so closely linked to memory as we age. Now let us talk specifically about how poor sleep can harm your memory. It is a very strong link. When you do not get enough good quality sleep, your brain cannot do its job properly. Think back to our librarian example. If the librarian is tired or does not have enough time, they cannot file those books. This means those new memories are not properly stored. They might disappear, or they might be very hard to find later. One of the main ways poor sleep affects memory is by making it hard to form new memories. This is called encoding. It is like trying to write down a new phone number when you are very sleepy. You might write it down wrong, or you might forget you even wrote it down. You might find it harder to remember things you learned just yesterday, like the name of a new neighbor, or what you had for dinner last night. Poor sleep can also affect your ability to recall things. This is like trying to find a book in our library when the shelves are disorganized. You know the book is there somewhere, but you just cannot locate it. You might have trouble remembering facts, like historical dates or the capital of a country. You might struggle to remember names of people you have known for a while. You might walk into a room and forget why you went there. These are all signs that your brain might not be getting enough quality sleep to properly store and retrieve information. Another issue is that poor sleep can make you feel foggy. You might feel less alert. Your thinking might feel slower. This can make it harder to concentrate. And if you cannot concentrate well, it is harder to pay attention to new information. And if you do not pay attention, it is much harder to remember it later. It is a domino effect. One thing leads to another. There is also a growing understanding of the link between long-term sleep problems and more serious memory conditions, such as dementia. I want to be clear. Not every person who has trouble sleeping will develop dementia. Absolutely not. However, consistent poor sleep over many years is considered a risk factor. This means it can increase the chances. It is thought that during deep sleep, your brain actually clears out waste products. These waste products include certain proteins. If these proteins build up, they can be harmful to brain cells. Imagine your brain is like a city. Hand sleep is the time when the garbage trucks come out to clear away the trash. If the garbage trucks do not come often enough, or they do not do a good job, the trash can pile up. This can make the city unhealthy over time. So, getting good sleep is not just about remembering what you had for breakfast. It is also about keeping your brain healthy in the long run. It is about giving your brain the best chance to stay clear and sharp. So the takeaway here is clear. Prioritizing good sleep is a powerful way to protect and support your memory. It helps you remember new things. It helps you recall old things. And it helps keep your brain healthy for years to come. The good news is that there are many things you can do to improve your sleep. And by doing so, you can also help your memory. These are often called good sleep hygiene habits. Think of it like brushing your teeth for your brain. First, try to stick to a consistent sleep schedule. This means going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends. Our bodies love routine. It helps set your internal body clock. Aim for about 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. For example, if you aim to wake up at 7 a.m. every day, then you should try to be in bed by 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Second, create a relaxing bedtime routine. This tells your body that it is time to wind down. It could be something simple like reading a book for 30 minutes, or taking a warm bath, or listening to calming music. Do this for an hour or so before you plan to go to sleep. Try to avoid stimulating activities, like watching exciting TV shows, or using your phone or tablet right before bed. The bright light from screens can actually trick your brain into thinking it is daytime. This makes it harder to fall asleep. Third, optimize your sleep environment. Your bedroom should be a place just for sleep and relaxation. Make sure it is dark. Use blackout curtains if needed. Even a little bit of light can disturb your sleep. Make sure it is quiet. Use earplugs or a white noise machine if outside noises bother you. And make sure it is cool. Most people sleep best in a slightly cool room. Around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, about 18 degrees Celsius is often recommended. Think of it like a cozy cave where your brain can really rest. Fourth, pay attention to your diet and exercise. What you eat and drink can greatly affect your sleep. Try to avoid caffeine late in the day. Caffeine is found in coffee, tea, chocolate, and some sodas. Even a cup of coffee in the afternoon can affect your sleep at night. It stays in your system for many hours. If you have a cup of coffee at 3 p.m., about half of that caffeine is still in your body at 9 p.m. So, try to cut off caffeine by early afternoon. Around 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. is a good general guideline. Also, limit alcohol, especially close to bedtime. While alcohol might make you feel sleepy at first, it actually disrupts your sleep later in the night. It prevents you from getting good quality deep sleep and REM sleep. So, if you enjoy an alcoholic drink, try to have it a few hours before bed, like finishing your drink with dinner rather than right before going to sleep. Regular physical activity during the day can greatly improve your sleep at night, but try to avoid intense exercise too close to bedtime. Exercising in the morning or early afternoon is best. Even a daily 30-minute walk can make a big difference. That is like walking around a large park or doing some gardening. It helps your body feel ready for rest when nighttime comes. Fifth, manage stress. Stress and worry are big enemies of good sleep. Find ways to relax and de-stress before bed. You could try deep breathing exercises, or gentle stretching, or writing down your worries in a journal so they are out of your head. If you find yourself worrying about things when you are in bed, try to get up for a few minutes. Go to another room, do something calm, then go back to bed when you feel more relaxed. Do not just lie there tossing and turning. Finally, it is important to know when to talk to a doctor about sleep problems if you are consistently having trouble sleeping, or if you are always tired during the day despite trying these tips, or if your partner notices you stop breathing during sleep, like with sleep apnea. Please talk to your doctor. They can help figure out if there is an underlying medical reason for your sleep issues. They can also recommend treatments or specialists who can help. Sleep is that important for your health and your memory. Do not hesitate to seek help. It is natural to worry about memory as we get older. Many people experience some degree of forgetfulness as they age, like forgetting where you put your keys more often, or struggling to recall a word on the tip of your tongue. This is often a normal part of aging. Just like your hair might turn gray, your memory might not be as quick as it once was. However, if you are noticing more significant or persistent memory problems, it is important to take action, especially if these changes are affecting your daily life. For example, if you are regularly getting lost in familiar places, or having trouble managing your finances, or repeating the same questions over and over. The first step, if you have memory concerns, is to talk to your doctor. They can do an assessment. They can ask you questions. They might do some simple memory tests. They can also check for other conditions that might be affecting your memory. Conditions like vitamin deficiencies. For example, a low level of vitamin B12 can affect memory. The recommended daily amount of vitamin B12 for adults is 2.4 micrograms mcg. You can get this from eating foods like a small salmon fillet, which has about 4 micrograms, or a cup of milk, which has about 1.2 micrograms. So if your diet is poor, you might not be getting enough. Other conditions like thyroid problems, or even side effects from certain medications, all of these can affect your memory. Your doctor can rule out these possibilities. Remember, improving your sleep is one of the best first steps you can take if you are concerned about your memory. We have just spent a lot of time talking about how vital sleep is for your brain. It is a powerful, non-drug way to support your cognitive health. If you have been consistently sleeping poorly, making real efforts to improve your sleep hygiene can often lead to noticeable improvements in your memory and overall brain function. It gives your brain the best possible chance to work properly. Think of it like giving your car the right kind of fuel and regular maintenance. It will run much better and last longer. Similarly, giving your brain good sleep helps it function at its best. Do not be afraid to talk about your memory concerns. Early detection is important for many conditions. It allows for earlier intervention and management. And remember, even if there are memory issues, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, including good sleep, is always beneficial. It helps keep your brain as healthy as possible for as long as possible, so please prioritize your sleep. It is a gift you give to your brain and your future self. So let us quickly summarize what we have learned today. Sleep is not just about resting your body. It is a critical time for your brain. During deep sleep and REM sleep, your brain actively processes, sorts, and stores your memories. Think of it like that dedicated librarian, diligently organizing your mental library. As we get older, our sleep patterns naturally change. We tend to get less of that vital deep sleep, and we might wake up more often. These changes can make it harder for our brains to do their memory work effectively. This is why poor sleep can lead to problems with remembering new things. It can make it harder to recall facts and names, and it can even contribute to that foggy brain feeling. Consistent poor sleep is also being recognized as a risk factor for long-term brain health issues. It is important for clearing out harmful waste products from your brain, but the good news, the really good news, is that you have a lot of power to improve your sleep. Simple, consistent habits like sticking to a regular sleep schedule, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, making your bedroom a comfortable haven, and being mindful of what you eat and drink. All of these can make a huge difference. Getting regular exercise during the day also helps a lot. And do not forget to talk to your doctor if sleep problems persist, or if you have any serious concerns about your memory. Remember, your brain works hard for you all day long. It learns, it remembers, it solves problems. Give it the rest and recovery it needs. Think of sleep as essential maintenance for your brain. It is just as important as healthy eating and regular exercise for keeping your mind sharp and healthy as you age. By prioritizing good sleep, you are investing in your memory, you are investing in your cognitive health, and you are investing in your overall well-being for many years to come. Thank you for joining us today. Please take care of yourselves and get some good sleep tonight.